Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Rodgers on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Colts ready to go to work here offensively, and it is Phillip Rivers, their veteran quarterback and longtime Charger, who will be under center.
I don't know what it is, partner, but every time I watch Phillip Rivers play, I just have a big grin on my face because he plays the game with such joy. Loves being out there. Remember, he's part of that great 2004 class with Eli Manning and Ben Roethlisberger, two of them still in the league today. Now he's probably going to go over 60,000 passing yards and 400 touchdowns this season. The big question mark, how much does he have left in the tank? I think he's got plenty.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The tackle by Logan.
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yardage he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's got to improve on, taking care of the football, put it on the ground.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Colts are going to take a first quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Now it's Wilson. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals set and ready to go on offense, leading the charge out of LSU, Joe Burrow, the #1 overall pick back in April.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in. Get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Darius Leonard on the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And 4 at the 34-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
Joe Mixon.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's going to air one out. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
As we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So on 4th down, Burrow will give way to Randy Bullock for the Bengals field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
7, Bengals nothing.
The Indianapolis Colts at 3-2 here in 2020 had their 3-game win streak snap week 5 at the hands of the Browns. 32-23. You know, the Colts defense is allowing 14 points a game coming in. That season high 32 to Baker Mayfield, and the suddenly hot Browns ultimately doomed them. But CD, what do you make of the Colts through 5 weeks? Is their defense really good, or have they been helped out by a favorable schedule?
Well, there's no question they've been helped a little bit by a favorable schedule, but I think it's a good defense overall. I like what they've done. I like how they respond, but their offense has really got to help them a little bit more. And, you know, Jonathan Taylor's going to run it, but at the same time now, Phillip Rivers not taking care of the ball as they expected him to. They thought he'd bounce back from what we saw last year in Los Angeles, and that's been a bit of a problem for them. So I do think that this is a team that has potential. There's no question about it. They have to shore some things up, especially on the offensive side of the ball, because they're home for Cincinnati before an open week in week 7.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Ball carrier.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Rivers going to give this one to Taylor. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
The ball carrier.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. From the gun, Rivers. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Deep for Cincinnati. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Here comes the offense again for Cincinnati. The Bengals 1-3-1 now following a 27-3 loss to division rival Baltimore in Week 5. And Joe Burrow, coming off that string of 3 straight 300-yard games, looked more like a rookie in this one. Threw for under 200, was sacked 7 times. The offense also punted 7 times. They could not find the end zone. And CD, they looked so good through some of the early games. This is the first time that they really got stepped on.
It is, and that's what you expect with a rookie quarterback and a team that's still having to replenish talent. This Bengals team has played hard. They've been aggressive throughout. They played over their heads in a sense in certain occasions, but they were playing Baltimore. This is one of the better teams in the league, one of the better defenses. Shouldn't be a major surprise that the young quarterback would struggle against that team. Sacked 7 times, it probably could have been 10 or more. So they were fortunate that that didn't happen. But I still like the future. And if you're a Bengals fan, you should too. You've got your quarterback. They just have to keep drafting well, signing the right free agents, and they'll get back into the fray in the AFC North. At Indy next week, home for Cleveland and Tennessee. So the schedule's still doing them no favors.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Julian Blackmon.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Going to throw right side here, complete.
Burrow
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Nice job there by Tyler Boyd, finishing off the connection on the throw. Over 1,000 yards receiving each of the last 2 seasons, with 90 catches in 2019. Was thought to be a complimentary receiver, but with A.J. Green out much of the time, he became a reliable and consistent target.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Indy set to go on offense once more. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On third down, Rivers. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Good catch there by Nyheim Hines, and I think that he's probably popped on some Phillip Rivers tape and how he used Austin Eckler out of the backfield with the Chargers as a model for what he wants to do this season. He's had at least 40 catches in each of the last 2 years. He probably expects that number to rise.
A first down throw here for Rivers. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big time sack.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Here's Hines. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. That's into the hands of Pascal.
Rivers pass.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Erickson now to return. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll look to throw right away. This one hauled in by Sample. That catch good for only a couple.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. And he's he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
And let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. That's complete to the tight end Sample. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
A whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Back to Mixon on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And a good pickup there by Mixon, and that shows the talent that he has. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, 4th in the NFL in 2018, 9th last year. But I look for those numbers to jump back up again with the introduction of new talent in Cincinnati.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
But a heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game. then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here.
A 27-yard attempt.
Bullock's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Bengals 3.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
No, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Rivers going to bring the Colts up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of
Good catch there by Jack Doyle. He went to the Pro Bowl in 2019, but now has a new quarterback in Phillip Rivers, and he wants to be the Antonio Gates that Phillip Rivers threw to with the Chargers.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Hines. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Taylor, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers, and his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines, but now it's 3rd down.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Bengals 3.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mixon. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that's incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And caught right side, Green. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Nice catch there by A.J. Green. And at the beginning of his career, a perennial Pro Bowl receiver. Been dinged up a little bit the last 2 years, but now he gets a fresh start. Without his friend and quarterback, Andy Dalton, his leadership will be key.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Four yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Now they run with Mixon. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Burrow. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run with Mixon. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
Ball carrier.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run here with Bernard. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
The ball carrier.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now it's Burrow. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Back near his goal line, Rivers. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This is Hines. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. From the gun, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Joe Burrows.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Bernard getting the handoff for Burrow. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
But Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So on 4th down, Burrow will give way to Randy Bullock for the Bengals field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Bullock will put this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Over 1st and 10. At their own 26.
Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half. A touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Well, for a second, look, Charles, we know it's part of the game, but injuries, again, a big story in Week 5. Most notably, of course, Dak Prescott. Pretty severe ankle injury that's going to keep him out the remainder of the season, and that's really just the latest in what has been a tough year already. Gosh, you could probably build an all-pro team, Charles, with some of the guys who have gone down.
Yeah, an all-pro team, and at worst, a Pro Bowl team, because you're talking about names like Saquon Barkley with the New York Giants, Cortland Sutton with Denver, Marlon Mack, Indianapolis, Nick Bosa, San Francisco, all of them injuries that have them lost for the year. Michael Thomas got hurt in the season opener with New Orleans. We haven't seen him since. Nick Chubb with Cleveland on IR. Christian McCaffrey with Carolina.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
A loss of 7.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. And we roll tape now on his solid performance.
And what we've been seeing so far is a great combination of finesse and aggressiveness in running his routes and making plays. That's what you want in any type of a receiver. The guy knows exactly what to do on a given play and ends up making the plays that help your team win.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Bernard. It's a foot race. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Giovanni Bernard.
Giovanni Bernard, 88 yards, and the Bengals have taken the lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the 1st half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
Now another drive coming for Phillip Rivers and the Colts. Been a decent start for him here in this 1st half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Rivers going to give this one to Taylor. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Rivers now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And the Bengals grab it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Cincinnati.
He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this 1st half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 6.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's sacked by the DN, Tanico Autry. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Ball carrier.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to drop this one down to Bernard. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So on fourth down, Burrow will give way to Randy Bullock for the Bengals field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Bullock's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7.
Bengals 16, Colts 7.
So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
Bullock to kick
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Fighting Hilton on the slant. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run with Hines. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Here's Hines. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave them a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
From the 45 on 2nd down, Rivers. He's got Jack Doyle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the delay, here's Hines. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to 42.
The ball carrier.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 17-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Rivers. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
390.
To throw is Rivers. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. And heading back out there, Giovanni Bernard getting ready to go again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent, the blocking's been terrific, and obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. As we normally do, let's look ahead to what's to come here in the NFL for Week 6. Some changes to the schedule in this most unusual season, but CD, I've earmarked a few here. I've got Cleveland and Pittsburgh, Green Bay and Tampa Bay. Of course, that's going to be a lot of fun. Arizona, Dallas, Monday night, and then you got Buffalo, KC moved from Thursday to Monday to account for Buffalo playing on Tuesday in Week 5.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and start with that one because that Buffalo-Kansas City game, as you mentioned, was originally a Thursday night feature game. Then they moved it to Sunday, and then they had to move it to Monday because of the juggling of the schedule in this most unusual season. Arizona, Dallas, Monday night, that feels like an old school kind of a game, doesn't it? And now we'll have Andy Dalton at quarterback for Dallas. And Green Bay, Tampa Bay, that's simple. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. And Cleveland, Pittsburgh, how great is this now to feel like it's the old AFC North battle with Cleveland fully in the fight? And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down at the...
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And Tate's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
First down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way. And it's much more successful as well.
Now Burrow on first down. And his pass incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And his throw is incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And Burrow going to throw again. This one hauled in by Sample. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And an incomplete pass.
Burrow's pass.
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
3rd down and 4 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To the air again, Burrow. Complete to his tight end Sample. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. And it's caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Goal, Cincinnati.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Thrown away and incomplete. It's now 4th and goal.
So out comes the field goal team once more.
A 28-yard attempt.
And Bullock will put this one through.
Is good.
And it will push the lead up to 5.
Bengals 19. Colts 14.
So well-paced drive. They were able to calmly take it down the field, and then they finished the half with 3 points.
Yeah, and that's what's commonly known as playing the 2-for-1 game, right? Being able to get the points at the end of the half, knowing you're getting the ball to start the second half, gives you a chance to go out and double what you got done in the first half.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Rodgers on the return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return, the Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down.
57, Mike, 57.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Joe Mixon who led the way in that first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. The return man, Wilson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. Well, we got a second here, Charles. Let's play believer, non-believer. I'll give you a couple teams off to surprising starts. You tell me if you believe that they will continue that way. And let's start with the Browns at 4-1.
Non-believer last year, believer to start this season. Believer even after they got whacked in the opener by Baltimore. I think they'll contend for a playoff spot.
Okay, the Bears, same record, 4-1.
I still want to see more out of this team, but I like how their defense plays. Still need consistency on offense.
And then lastly, what about the Panthers at 3-2?
Oh, one of the great stories in the early going. Non-believer because I think their division's too tough with Tampa Bay and New Orleans. But boy, I like what they're doing so far at 3-2. Way better record than what people thought.
That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. A draw play, Bernard, and he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Phillip Rivers, he is the focal point of our players' spotlight now. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From the 29, Rivers toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle, the Pro Bowl tight end. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Draw play. This is Hines. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
He was brought down at his 49.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
From just shy of midfield, Rivers caught left side by Hilton. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Reception there by T.Y. Hilton, and he absolutely terrifies defenses when he gets downfield. Speed, shiftiness, excellent hands. 5 1,000-yard seasons in his career.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins, his 2nd sack of the night.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now that sack leaves Rivers and the Colts with a 3rd and long. From the gun, Rivers. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good.
His kick is...
And that will cut the lead down to just 2.
It's the score. Bengals 19. Colts 17.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Second and 12. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Forced out to his left. And he goes out right around the 39. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Indy set to go on offense once more. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Rivers going to bring the Colts up 1st and 10 at the 20. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run again with Hines. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
32-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Rivers. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down.
And that's something that he does consistently. Puts quarterbacks on the ground. And Carlos Dunlap, maybe not a household name around the NFL, but everyone knows he comes to play each and every year. He hasn't had less than 7.5 sacks since 2012, had 9 in 2019.
And that sack leaves Rivers and the Colts with a 3rd and long. Rivers to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
First down.
First down. Here's Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mixon with it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Bernard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Mixon with a first down carry. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Mixon on the carry.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when right? Who can stand up and make a play? It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's Boyd. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 19. 12 yards there and a first down.
Cincinnati.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Third down.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Burrow looking to pass. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
So on fourth down, Burrow will give way to Randy Bullock for the Bengals field goal.
31-yard attempt.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Randy Bullock on for the field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
Bullock's kick is good.
The kick is
And that will push the lead up to 5.
Makes the score Bengals 22, Colts 17.
So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
Randy Bullock.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And the Colts getting ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll set up to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield.
Rivers.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run with Taylor, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Christian Covington able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the gun, Rivers. A good throw here, finding Pascal.
Rivers.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Grabbed there by Zach Pascal. He's one of those guys that often people forget are even on the roster, but when you look up at the end of the game, he's produced over 600 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2019.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 16. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Desperation time, Rivers on fourth down. And that is incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Bengals will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 37. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Mixon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Ball carrier.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. But probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
On first down, Mixon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Darius Leonard.
There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
Gain of 2.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now it's Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And Bullock will put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 8.
Bengals 25, Colts 17.
Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. Rivers going to bring the Colts up 1st and 10 right at the 30. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that's incomplete.
Rivers.
Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far. Big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true. It's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Bengals getting set to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. His carries tonight, they're getting up there. So maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Green's got it over the middle. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. 53 for Mike. 53 for Mike.
Burrow will throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Boyd. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. To the air again, Burrow.
He's going to drop this one down to Bernard.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. A little juke. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Colts set to take over here offensively. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
Hey.
Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 27.
He'll throw from the gun.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He's got Jack Doyle, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good.
75 yards receiving for him now. And it's a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. First down, Rivers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Intercepted by the Bengals.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's see what you got.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This one hauled in by Sample.
Was
And
it?
they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Burrow. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll give it to Mixon. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call, because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Rivers going to bring the Colts up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Rivers now after the fumble recovery. This goes underneath to Doyle. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started. Nice gain. Got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he fends him off. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. .49. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And that sack leaves Rivers and the Colts with a 3rd and long. Rivers to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
They'll take over first.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Wound up though.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From midfield now, Burrow. And able to find Green. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night, everybody, from Indianapolis.